Good parenting is not loud, dramatic, or glamorous. It doesn't always look like the picture-perfect families you see online. In fact, most of the time, good parenting looks incredibly ordinary. So ordinary that many mothers and fathers don't realize how extraordinary they actually are. It looks like waking up tired but still getting up because someone small is counting on you. It looks like thinking about your child's future while standing in the kitchen washing dishes. It looks like carrying the weight of your own problems quietly so your child can have a lighter day. And even though no one applauds you for doing these things, they are shaping your child's entire emotional world. It's the silent sacrifices that never get mentioned, the invisible effort that no one else sees, the heart you pour into moments that seem simple from the outside. These acts of consistency become the emotional scaffolding your child stands on for their entire life. Good parenting looks like patience, even when you feel stretched thin. It looks like listening when you want silence, understanding when you feel misunderstood, and showing up again and again, even on days when you feel empty. Parents often think they aren't doing enough because they're not perfect, but perfection has never been the requirement. Presence is. Every time you lift your child's chin after they cry, every time you say, "It's okay, I'm here," every time you ask, "How was your day?" Even when you're exhausted, your child's brain is learning safety. Their heart is learning trust. Their identity is forming with the belief, "I matter, someone cares, I am worth showing up for." And in those small moments, even the ones that feel messy or mundane, you're teaching your child what compassion looks like. You're teaching them that love doesn't disappear when life gets hard. You're showing them resilience, emotional strength, and what steady love feels like. Good parenting looks like smiling at your child when they walk into the room, even if you're stressed. That one smile becomes the mirror they use to see themselves. It becomes the voice inside them, the one that will follow them into adulthood. Children who grow up seeing warmth on their parents' faces learn that they are lovable, valued, and welcome. They walk through the world with confidence because they were welcomed in their own home. A simple smile can anchor a child in ways we rarely appreciate. That small gesture tells them, "You matter. I'm happy to see you." And that feeling doesn't disappear with time. It becomes the warmth they look for in others and the warmth they learn to give. Good parenting also means choosing connection over control. It means understanding that children misbehave not because they're bad, but because they're learning. A toddler throwing a tantrum is not trying to embarrass you, they're overwhelmed. A child who lies is not inherently dishonest, they're afraid. A teen who slams the door isn't hateful, they're drowning in emotions they don't yet know how to handle. Good parents don't respond with shame. They respond with curiosity. "What's going on? How can I help you? What are you feeling?" This is how emotional intelligence is built, through parents who teach, guide, and model, not punish out of anger. Children grow when they feel understood, not judged. They listen when they feel respected, not belittled. And when you choose connection first, even discipline becomes easier because your guidance is coming from love, not fear. Good parenting is also firm, not harsh, firm. Children need boundaries to feel safe. When you say no to dangerous things, when you enforce routines, when you hold your child accountable with love, you're building discipline and self-control. Kids don't say it, but they crave structure. They thrive when they know what to expect. They flourish when there is stability. You may think you're being strict, but what you're actually being is protective and consistent. Consistency is one of the greatest forms of love. Even when your child protests, deep down they feel the security of knowing someone is guiding them. Structure tells them the world makes sense. Boundaries teach them responsibility. And slowly, they internalize that your firmness came from love, not control. Good parenting looks like caring more about who your child becomes than how they appear to the world. It means not comparing them to others, not forcing them to be prodigies to feel proud of them, and not expecting perfection in academics, sports, or behaviors. It means celebrating effort more than results. It means saying things like, "I'm proud of how hard you tried." You don't have to be the best, you just have to be you. Your mistakes don't define you. These are the seeds of self-worth. Kids who hear these things grow into adults who don't crumble after failure, who don't chase validation from unhealthy places, who don't define themselves by achievements alone. They define themselves by character, because that's what you nurtured. And when they look back someday, they will remember how it felt to be accepted, not just praised. Good parenting is soft but strong. It breaks generational cycles. Maybe you grew up without validation, so now you tell your child, "I love you," every day. Maybe no one apologized to you growing up, so now you say, "I'm sorry" to your child when you overreact. Maybe you never had a safe place to express feelings, so now you listen to your child without judgment. You are doing the work that heals your lineage. You are becoming the parent you needed. And your child will become an adult who never doubts their worth because you taught them worthiness through your actions. Breaking generational patterns is not easy, but you're doing it, one small choice at a time. And every cycle you break creates a better future for your child and their children. Good parenting often looks like sitting beside your child at night, listening to them talk about things that don't seem significant to you, school stories, cartoons, TikTok trends, but you listen anyway because it's significant to them. These small conversations become the bridge to big conversations. When children feel heard about the small things, they trust you with the big things. They trust you with their fears, friendships, heartbreaks, dreams, and insecurities. And that trust is a priceless bond. It's something that can't be forced, demanded, or manufactured. It grows slowly, through presence, patience, and repetition. Good parenting looks like being a safe space. Not a perfect space, but a safe one. A child should be able to run to their parent, not away from them. They should feel safe confessing mistakes, safe expressing emotions, safe being themselves without fear of judgment. If your child comes to you when they're scared, embarrassed, or hurt, that means you have created emotional safety. That is one of the greatest achievements a parent can have. It means they trust the core of your relationship. It means they have learned that love is steady. And that is something they will carry for life. Good parenting isn't about having all the answers. It's about being willing to learn, adjust, grow, and sometimes unlearn old patterns. It's about realizing that yelling doesn't teach, shaming doesn't guide, and fear doesn't produce respect. It produces distance. Respect is earned through empathy. Guide them, teach them, understand them, explain things. Show them the world through patience. That's what lasts. And one day, your child will treat others the way you treated them, because children repeat what they receive. They embody the emotional environment they grew up in. Good parenting looks like giving your child both roots and wings. Roots that tell them you belong, you are safe, you are loved. Wings that tell them you are capable, you can try, you can fail, you can grow. And when they step out into the world someday and speak kindly, act courageously, show empathy to others, or stand up for themselves, you'll see pieces of your parenting in every part of their character. Because children don't just grow, they absorb. They absorb your tone, your habits, your optimism, your fears, your love, your insecurities, your patience, your reactions. You are shaping a human life in ways you don't even realize yet. And every positive choice you make, even small ones, becomes part of who they become. But here's the most important truth. Good parents doubt themselves. Good parents worry. Good parents replay moments in their head asking, "Did I handle that right?" Bad parents don't question themselves. Good parents do. The fact that you are trying, that you care, that you want to do better, that alone makes you a great parent. Your child doesn't need expensive toys, a big house, or perfect routines. They need your presence, your love, your warmth, your forgiveness, your protection, your patience, your attempts, even the imperfect ones. Your effort is noticed, even if your child cannot yet put it into words. If your child looks at you with love, if they come to you when they're hurt, if they want to tell you stories, if they relax when you hold them, then you're doing more right than you know. You're building their inner voice. You're shaping their future confidence. You're protecting their mental health. You're raising someone who will go into the world already knowing what love feels like. And that is rare, precious, and life-changing. And someday, far in the future, your grown child will look back and realize something powerful. It wasn't the fancy vacations, the perfect meals, the flawless days, or the extraordinary moments that made you a good parent. It was the ordinary things, the small things, the way you listened, the way you showed up, the way you tried again after a hard day, the way you cared even when no one was watching. That is what good parenting looks like, not perfection, commitment, not control, connection, not performance, presence. And if you are doing that, even imperfectly, then you are already the parent your child needs.